So let's have a look at the three raids. The longest out of all three of these currently is the Leviathan. Um, it's got 4 encounters. That's quite a lot. That's a lot to do. Um, Eater of Worlds, much different. It's basically two jumping puzzles, a build up to a boss fight, and an easy boss fight with some very fun mechanics. It's essentially just a strike. Um, and then we have Spire of Stars, which I'm not too sure about, but I've heard it's essentially the same thing as Eater of Worlds, which is a bit disappointing, but I don't really care. So the thing is, right? Strikes are typically 15 to 20-minute operations, missions that you can do um, in this game with 2 other people. Uh, Leviathan Eater of Worlds should take you, in theory, about 30 minutes. And every attempt so far that I have done has been in about 30 minutes. Maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter. Which is fine, right? My inherent problem is the most recent team that I had, which was not but a few seconds ago. No, not less than 10 minutes ago, right? We'd had not too much trouble getting up to the final part. Got a little hairy at the last mechanic of the part before the boss fight. And I won't explain the mechanics because it doesn't make sense to put it into words or talk about it. So there's no point. Basically, if you know what I'm talking about, um, we got to the last part and we had 3 runners and 3 defenders, right? Our defenders were taking the cannons and charging them wherever instead of charging them on the plate that they should have been, if that makes sense. And then you had runners that were grabbing the wrong elemental cannons and not paying attention, not listening. And mind you, everybody in this lobby was talking like a child. Like, hey, I'm gonna get the middle one. No, I've already taken the middle one. Oh, but I want the middle one. Can you not just take another one? Like, we've this has already been established. This is just going to confuse people more. So you already see my inherent problem. We sat there for 30 minutes. This should have been done first attempt. People that were not below 365 maybe, and I think all of us had Darcy's. We had a bunch of Titans, a Hunter, and some Lunafaction boots. It should have been done within, I don't know. We should have been done within like 30 or 40 minutes. Instead, we sat here for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. We sat here and we tried this garbage. And it makes me more frustrated to know that, like, I have more success winning an Overwatch competitive game while solo queuing. And we all know that randoms descend from virgins and bronies. So, yeah. Um, that if that doesn't make sense to you, it's essentially like winning an Overwatch competitive game is like winning a game in the World Cup. It's very iffy. You don't know. And it goes one of two ways. It can be one team absolutely smacks the other, or it can be a very good fight and both teams can fight very hard, but one fought a little bit harder and they won fair and square, right? So there's that. And then you have to go into Destiny and work with people to defeat something that is much, much easier than winning an Overwatch competitive game. And instead, it's like working with squeakers and like little children that are playing this game, where you sit there and you try again and you try again and you try again because their brains are underdeveloped and they don't know what they're doing or what they're talking about. Which, if that doesn't make sense, let me compare it to I know not everybody has a little sibling out there, but I'm sure you've seen it in movies where you have that one annoying younger sibling that just never shuts up and they never do what they tell you, or they never do what you tell them to do. They're constantly, talking smack to your parents. They're constantly getting into trouble. They're constantly doing something wrong, right? So it's essentially that. That is essentially what this raid team was like. And I have played Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. Every single raid, every single strike, mission, side quest, um, Crucible game mode, trials, whatever. I've done it all. And somehow, out of my, I think, what is it, 2018? Out of almost 4 years of playing Destiny, out of 4 years of playing Destiny, out of 4 years of playing the Destiny franchise, this is the worst raid team I've come across. In Destiny 2, with fully grown men, this is the worst one because we had people that were just so incredibly dumb and arrogant and ignorant about what was going on that everybody gave up on the easiest raid in the franchise. Really? Bungie, why? I mean, really? Anyways, I'm probably gonna take a break from Destiny because it's just this game is such a headache to play by myself, and the people that I normally play with haven't been on as often as you can see. Um, so currently I'm open to playing Overwatch, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, another Dark Souls playthrough, Skyrim or Fallout, or we could do a Dark Souls 3 playthrough, maybe even Bloodborne. Um, Maybe even Phantom Pain. And I may try to see if I can get Injustice. I'm gonna see if I have the funds to get Injustice 2. So yeah, short talk about why the Destiny community is actually descended from bronies who don't know anything except, you know, My Little Pony, and why I'm taking a break from Destiny and a lot of other things. So, yeah.